My name is Lisa Norgard, and I am a survivor. I found a definition of the word survivor, and that is one who remains alive after the death of someone, the cessation of something, or the occurrence of some event. In my case, that would be to remain alive after the devastating death of my husband, Eric, after the cessation of our marriage and all of our shared goals and dreams, and after the occurrence of his death by suicide on November 16, 2011. Eric was a very intelligent man, well-read, and an incredible counselor. He was a Lutheran minister for over 22 years and helped countless people through life's struggles. He always had the right words to say in tough situations. At his visitation and memorial service, people often confided with me that they didn't know what to say. At which point I would say, it's okay, because I don't know what to say either. Eric was always the one who knew what to say. I think this is a part of the stigma of suicide. People don't know what to say, so they often avoid talking about it altogether. Eric was a loving husband and father. He was responsible, compassionate, and he loved me and our 2 daughters so very much. So, when depression crept in, and we saw the signs of it, I thought it was just a phase he was going through, a midlife crisis of sorts. I just thought he'd be okay, that he'd get over it. He was seeing a doctor, and we were sure everything was going to be okay. In fact, suicide never once crossed my mind as a possibility for him, especially since his own sister died from suicide so many years ago when he was a young teenager. He knew firsthand how much pain that caused his family, especially his mother. He would never do that. Well, I've learned so much since that horrible rainy morning on November 16th, 2011. I've learned that depression is very prevalent in our society and shouldn't be ignored. We need to take it more seriously and do more for those who are suffering from depression and or mental illness. There needs to be more research to prevent suicide, and that's why I'm so glad that the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is doing just that. I learned at Eric's memorial service that 1 in 4 pastors struggle with depression. We need to take better care of our pastors, and we need to take better care of each other in general. I've learned a different definition of survivor. That is a person who continues to function in spite of opposition, hardship, or setbacks. You see, I'm actually one of the fortunate ones. I have the support of so many people, not only here in Hagerstown, but around the country and world, because of the congregations that my husband served in Wisconsin, Massachusetts, South Dakota, and here in Maryland, and friends and family all over. I am one of the fortunate ones in that I have the support of a church that lost their pastor and has had to go through this journey with me. And it is now in a position to help other churches and families who have lost their pastors. A church who is looking forward to being in partnership with Rick Warren, author of A Purpose-Driven Life and pastor of a large church on the West Coast, who lost his own son to suicide this year and has decided to devote a part of his ministry to getting rid of the stigma of suicide in churches. I am one of the fortunate ones in that I have the support of many of my children's friends and their families and teachers and many of my coworkers and friends from the schools that I have worked at. I am one of the fortunate ones in that I have found an excellent survivors of suicide support group through Hospice of Washington County, and met such great people like Amanda Whitmer and Robin Morris. Please see them after the walk at the hospice table if you'd like to get involved with this part of hospice. I highly recommend it. I'm one of the fortunate ones because through Karen and Beth, I got involved with this walk and met Julie and Priscilla and the rest of the Matheny family. This walk has helped me so much to channel my energy into something positive to help others. Despite being one of the fortunate ones, it is still sometimes so hard to talk about and even to say the word suicide. I look out at all of these people, and I know each one of you has a story of what brought you here. Some more painful than others, incredibly painful stories. I encourage you to share your stories with each other here on this walk and ask questions. Even if you don't know what to say, it's okay. This talking and dialogue, it's the beginning of understanding. I consider us all little lights that are coming together to form one big light to help raise awareness and get these dreaded topics of suicide, depression, and mental illness out of the darkness. So, as a functioning survivor, I say thank you to each and every one of you who are here, and also to those who couldn't be here but are still supporting the effort. You are making a difference, and continue to let your light shine. Thank you.